Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
Hello and welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 311 for... Oh, today's 4th of July!
It is. It's only July 4th. It's pretty easy enough.
Hey, everybody. And if Matthew was here, he'd make an offensive joke right at this point. But he's not.
Try to make our American listeners hate us a little bit.
No.
No?
No,
I'd say Matthew would
he
do
would.
that. Yes.
Yeah, of course he would. Yeah, if there's a tasteless joke or
You
something,
know what
he'll
he'd
make
say?
it. What
The
was-
ingrates, the traitors.
Oh,
That's
you
what he'd
say, Happy
yeah.
Independence Day, you ungrateful colonials. That's it.
Hi,
Thank you.
Stacey.
Thank you, Kelly, for
Americans in the
yes.
background.
Happy Independence Day, you ungrateful colonial. Take your tea and stuff it, they said. What are you doing? I need the show
I was
notes.
going to pull up the...
Oh, I got it.
Oh.
I got it.
Off the rip.
Oh, there we
there
go.
All right. So it's the Independence Day, everyone, and we are coming to you live from Drumheller, Alberta. My goal this week is to take the hell out of it. I'm not sure that's possible. Anyway, it's a pretty awesome place. Should we just jump right into it then?
I think so, yeah.
All right, so let's get into what we did this week in guns, which is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center, which I was there recently.
Mhm.
Canada's premier firearms retailer. This week they have the, is that a Beretta?
Yes.
A Beretta 1301 Competition Tactical in all the colors of the rainbow. Go in there and check it out and tell Jeff that Slamfire Radio sent you.
It's just one. It's just called the 1301 Competition Tactical, and it is rainbow colored.
Oh, are you kidding? You just can't get one in purple and one in...
No.
It's all
It's
the colors.
just one shotgun
One shotgun
in rainbow.
In rainbow?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Is this like a fundraiser for some pride thing or something? I don't understand.
No,
It's not.
it's
just,
none of those things.
It's just a competition shotgun in color. It's none of those things. Are you making up the color thing?
Yes.
Why
Yeah.
would you do
Yeah.
that to me? I'm
Because I thought it'd be funny.
Ron
And
Burgundy.
it was.
If you write it, I will.
Hey,
I
Alan,
will read it.
Here, come say hi to everybody.
Don't get too close. We don't want anybody to get chlamydia through the mic.
Hi, everybody.
Middle of nowhere.
Do you want to sit
Middle of
down?
nowhere is
No,
pretty,
he doesn't.
pretty accurate.
I want you. Okay. All right.
And-
Behave yourself.
And it actually has to be PJ or no.
Yes.
PG? PG? PJ.
Remember
PG.
those words we said you can't say?
It's a long list. Sorry. I slipped. All right. So we're apparently it's the part that takes the longest. Because I can't shut up. We're gonna let you go first. Why don't you tell us what we did this week in guns and keep it clean? In guns, what you did in guns, like your hobby, shooting,
Mhm.
nothing else. I need you to stay in a very narrow lane here for me. Listen, if we wanted to hear that, we would have invited Matthew on.
I went up to your place, a pistol caliber carbine. Anyway, that was cool. I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, the neat thing about that is that was the first match held in Restigouche where we offered PCC as a division. Well, I guess no, it's not true. It's always been offered as a division, but it's the first time where two people actually partook or took advantage of PC. So as soon as you signed up, Muffin's like, Gallen's not coming to my range and walking off your PCC, and he did. And then what happened?
He dominated with it. He was awesome with that FX9.
He dominated who exactly? And what was the percentage in the point?
I don't recall that. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure he beat you by almost 20%.
Yeah, it was
Who was this again?
bad.
Who beat who?
Nothing.
Oh, really?
He dominated.
Oh. But you like that.
No, usually I'm on top.
So moving on. Yes,
Good start. Good start.
Good
Yeah.
start. You shot a PCC in you shot an IPSC match in PCC and got dominated. Now, what's really cool about this is PCC has brought you back to IPSC.
I'm a rifle shooter. I do okay with handguns, like not great, okay. But I really like shooting rifles. I really like shooting any kind of action rifle. So as soon as I started up, I already bought the Ruger because I think it's the most awesome gun ever. But now I'm having some fun in the gaming world with it too.
Yeah, that's what's really exciting to me about PCC Division is that it's giving people an opportunity who, tried IPSC with a handgun. Yeah, I'm more of a rifle guy. Well, great. Get a PCC and come play with us again. So, because you took your black badge basically just to get a little extra training. I don't think it was ever your intention to, try and light the world on fire in IPSC, correct? So that's good. I'm glad it's there, and it gives people like you a chance to come out and play. So I shot. Well, is that it, Gowan?
Yeah, I think
Okay, so I shot the same match, and it was not my intention to shoot it in Classic Major, but unfortunately, I had to shoot it in Classic Major. One of the guys from Miramichi, his new name is Casper, by the way. That's his new nickname, Casper with a K. He's a ginger noof who's...
Oh, I was going to say, is that the guy that beat you on that one? Was it one
no,
match or was it one stage?
It was one stage. Calm your roll, slow your roll. He's also a ginger.
Yeah.
A Doug guy. He was the one that was practicing weekend strong hand during the Maple Seed Woodstock.
Yeah.
I'm like, Doug, don't do that. Nobody actually practices that. You don't need to do that.
You just don't want the competition.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's exactly it.
Yeah. So no, he can keep up with us already. It's kind of scary. So no, this is a different ginger. This is the match director from Miramichi.
Oh, okay.
He's so pale he's translucent. So we've given him the nickname Casper. Because he's quite pale and pasty.
Does he listen?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's been on the YouTube live every once in a while.
Super. Did I mention he's really big? He used to play hockey. He was probably going to crush me. It's great. Super. So anyway, he came up the night before from the sheet and was going to shoot the match the next day, and he forgot a pretty important piece of his kit called a gun belt that contains a holster and mag pouches. So I couldn't get anything together for his Shadow 2. So I set up a belt for him, that's 11:45, and he loved it. I think we got a new 9 band. It didn't hurt that everybody was pretty much saying, well, maybe not everybody, it might be a bit of an exaggeration, but for story purposes, we'll say everybody was literally coming up to him and go, we've never seen you shoot so well. It's like the 1911 was made for you. At the end, he was like, so what do these things cost and where do I get them? So anyway, it was an awesome match. I finished first overall. There was a dude from Jeremy somebody. He's kind of built like the Hulk, I guess would be a good description. Only a little bit smaller, but like a smaller, angry Hulk. Like picture a dwarf, but in Hulk. Dwarf Hulk. That's what he would look like.
Dwarf Hulk.
Yeah, he's like small, but really muscular and big. Looks a little angry. He's got a cool beard. Anyway.
Does he listen?
I hope not. His brother Andrew might too, and he's not exactly smaller.
gets sleepy and dopey and creatine-y.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy could get after it. He wasn't in my squad, but the boys were telling me he was coming hard. So it was pretty awesome. But I got the overall couple of stages I was not happy with. I had a really weird malfunction where the slide was locked back. There was a loaded round in the chamber. Don't know, like, how does the slide go forward, come back off the loaded round, and then lock open? That's what was going on.
Your thumb interfered with the slide stop or something like that,
It
maybe?
had to be like grip wheel. So anyway, but the transport stage was amazing. All the videos are on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you're a common.
Trevor Furlot or Slamfire.
Yeah, follow Trevor Furlot, Slamfire, and follow both. If you don't follow Trevor Furlot, Adriel, or Kelly, 50 Cal girl on Instagram, or Slamfire Radio on Instagram, or
Hunting Gear Guy,
DC Armory, do all those things with your comments. Yeah, so match went really good. It was a big match, 198 rounds, 11 stages of Wicket. So that was Saturday, and then Monday I drove to Fredericton, hung out with Filthy. And then Tuesday, flew to Calgary, and I hung out with Jeff Reese from the Calgary Shooting Center. You all know, if you don't shop there, you're a communist. I can't help it. And then Jeff and I and Adriel went and shot some gophers. And I mean some, not a lot. But before that, I went to visit the Calgary Shooting Center. What did I do there? I did one really cool thing there is they had both the Benelli M4 in stock and the Turkish, that $800 Turkish M4 clone.
That copy, yep.
Yeah. Put them both on the counter and checked them out. I'm not even kidding. The Turkish one has a better trigger.
Serious.
And I was looking at, like, I'm pretty sure that if most or all of the parts are going to be compatible with the Benelli parts. I mean, I didn't rip them apart, but
what does it look like? What was the finish like?
The finish was great. It really was, yeah. And the finish was really good. Yeah, I mean, you got to look. If you didn't know guns, you wouldn't know that they weren't the same gun. But if you do the front sight's a little different, and the magazine tube extensions a little different, stuff like that, but the quality of the finish was fine. Well, especially for $800, I think it's one of those super value guns. If it runs, and if parts break and you can replace them with Benelli parts, then they're never going to be able to keep them in stock. It's ridiculous. And I think, and I don't know what to attribute this to, I felt the difference in weight. It seemed like the Turkish one was a little bit lighter than.
But do you really want a little bit lighter?
Yeah, because I use my guns for running and gunning, and I can take the recoil of the 12 gauge.
And the M4 is a little bit heavy for what it is. It's a heavier shotgun than some of the other competitors out there.
It is.
Like compared to an M2 or something like that.
Yep. Especially if you look at like how the stock is made. And then I bought a Kui. So last week, was it last week we had our Kui guest on?
Yeah, just last week we had our Kui guest on.
So,
And just the mere talking about them was enough to pull you in, suck you into
Suck
buying
me in.
Kuis.
well, it was like
How many Kuis are you up to now?
I
3.
picked up 2 more.
Just got to count.
Yeah. So I had the 12 gauge, right? I didn't have any rifles. I've had Kui rifles in the family before. So I had my Kui Model 84 that we talked about on the show, and it was like an epiphany. Hey, why aren't I collecting like Kui shotguns or Kui guns? Because they're Canadian, it's nostalgic and all that stuff, and they're cheap. So while I was out here in Calgary, I found a Kui Model 84 in 20 gauge. Plus, there's a Kui Model 84 back at Denise shop, DC Armory, in 410. So I'm like, oh, here we go. So now I just need the 16 and 28, right?
What's the end goal? Is the end goal just to have one of every caliber
Gauge.
and kind?
No, I just want one Kui shotgun in every of the gauges that they made.
Hmm.
So I'm going to need a 16 and a 28. And I'd like to get a Model 39 and a Model 60. And I'm done. You hear that, Joe Goose? I'm done.
I got a bead on a 28 down by Moncton. It's in really nice shape. I was supposed to sell it to somebody else through a friend of mine. It's his gun. And
Gun running.
yeah,
Live on air.
let's talk about that.
There's no talking. I want it.
I'm going to have to see your pal.
Come with me in the bathroom. I'll show it to you. That's all I did. Adriel, what about you? What have you been up to?
I also went shooting gophers with you. I think we only killed, 12?
Maybe.
15?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We didn't get us more than 3-4 piece.
Yeah. I think I got 4 or 5.
I got one really good hit on one where he was like his back legs were twisted around to the front and his guts were hanging out to the right, and he's literally trying to crawl back until I don't know how he's alive. How is this the thing where his guts are hanging out? His leg, he looks like the Exorcist.
He was Lieutenant Dan.
He was Lieutenant.
Oh, man.
Lieutenant Dan, you got magic legs.
Happy 4th of July. Did we say that?
Yeah. So I force gumped him right into the hole.
I headshot most of the time because they were like real skittish, and that's all they would show you is just their head. They'd just have their head popping out of the hole. So it's like, see if you can do it.
So I got like, I don't know, again, say 4 or 5, maybe max, right?
Yeah.
I still went through almost a box of shells.
Yeah, but that's gophers, just like an even 15 or so. And just like not 1 or 2 fish 15, but yeah, that was fun. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Cabela's will price match. I went to Cabela's and I'm like, hey, Tenda's had this really killer sale on gold medal match. It was like half the price of Cabela's, and I just didn't want to order just an order of that, and I kind of wanted to bring out some really good 223 for Saturday, because Saturday we've got the we've got some long range 300 yard stuff to shoot, right? So I got half off that ammo at Cabela's by price checking with Tenda's, and they did it. So if you go to Cabela's, they will price match anyone as long as they have.
Jeez.
We're eating bacon on air here
Yeah.
for our audio listeners.
He's got to test it.
Got to test the bacon.
It means with my approval. Carry on.
Yeah, so I saved just a ton of money price matching with Tenda's with Cabela's. What else I do?
How much did you buy, though?
80 rounds of the 223 and like 3 boxes of the 308. So it was like $120 I saved off that thing. Let's see here. I went out and I shot the SKS and the Lee Enfield at long range, so 200, 300, and 500, and that was good. I think the SKS and both of them at 200, you're easily hitting like 6-inch plates. Out at 300, I was missing, say, like 1 out of every 2 with the SKS, trying to do the same thing for those 6-inch plates, but a lot easier to hit the big plates. And then at 500, you're winging a whole bunch, and maybe you're hitting, like making contact on one of the big plates out there once in a while.
Accuracy through volume, just lobbing them in.
Yeah, but like the funny thing is, take a guy out who's got a bolt action rifle that's like maybe not quite sighted in, and get them to do the same thing, and they probably won't be able to do it. But those old iron sight guns, all you got to do is zip it on up to 5, and start throwing lead down range. You'll probably make contact. I sighted in those 322s for maple seed because we're doing a maple seed tomorrow. So I've got 3 loaner rifles for that. Shot the GSG 1911 22 a bit. Got my kid to shoot it a little bit. And then I shot that WK180C out to 500. I also shot it at 50. And with that ammo, it was printing like half-inch groups. So it's there. It's where it needs to be. And I got my distances and my drops for 2 and 300 nailed in as well. So we should be able to make some hits tomorrow Saturday, when we head out for that. That's about it for me. Kelly, what about you?
Just to let everybody know that beeping in the background, we're making bacon. We're sitting here in our Airbnb's kitchen. So Gallon is cooking for us. Just to let you know, we're keeping him. He made us breakfast this morning. Mimosas were included as well. So what did I do? I've been off for the past couple of weeks because I've been trying to get some stuff done for work. But prior to that, I was doing it's maple seed season. So I was at CFP Kingston. No, not CFP Kingston. And we had one there. Then we also went to Woodview and spent some time there at the Johnson Ranch. Just wanted to say hi to Corey. Corey's going to be leaving us. He's going to be moving up here to Alberta. So he is the guy that had the record for best maple seed.
Is he going to get in as an IIT?
What was his score?
His is the one that we've been
245 or 246 or something like that.
240,
One or two.
246.
Is that you?
244.
You're 44. He's 46.
Yeah, so he was actually this is the 3rd year that he shot the maple seed, but he wanted to do it with a bolt action iron sight, so he was able to do it.
This is a ridiculous question, but I'm compelled to ask anyway. Do you remember what stage he lost his points? Did he lose them all in the same, or did he lose a couple across a couple of stages?
No, just a couple across the stages.
Okay.
Perfect. I think a perfect bottom, stage 4, and a perfect standing. So it was in the transition stages.
It's funny. Like I was analyzing my targeting the other day, and because I obsess over it.
Yeah.
Something you know I all do.
Yeah.
I lost my points in the transition to prone for stage 3, and of course on stage 4 because just don't use the time.
Yep.
Right.
There we go.
All right. So yeah, it's been maple
Anyways,
seed.
is he going to IIT though?
He might when he gets to. He hasn't been able to. He said he would, and then he hasn't been able to in Ontario. So once he gets to Alberta, then
Great.
Yeah, I'd love him to teach and not shoot. That'd be great. That's what I think we should do.
So
Show all these other people how you did what you did
stay off
there.
the line.
Yeah.
Like, get up off your gut and teach people stuff. Don't be so selfish.
So yeah, it's maple seed again. We got some boxes ready. Sent some boxes out to Adriel so that we could have shoots across Alberta. Got another couple of shoots arranged for Alberta, Saskatchewan as well, and Manitoba. Flew in a plane to here.
Did you?
Yes.
I typically fly in planes as well.
Yeah. We had a draw for the PGW rifle, which was somebody won. Somebody here in Alberta won it. I was kind of sad that I
Wasn't me.
couldn't take. Yeah, there was people saying, "Did Adriel buy?" Because he wins everything apparently.
Should have bought more tickets.
But we had that last night. I think after we were up for 25 hours, something like that. So we were very, very tired. But we wanted to get that out to everybody. And that's about it. Haven't done really much with shooting other than maple seed.
Thank goodness it is touchscreen.
Touchscreen.
That's the only way to roll.
Coming. Yeah.
So, all right, cool. Thanks, Kelly. Let's get into upcoming events. Is this new? Somebody going to
No, we talked about that one last week.
All right, so we have no upcoming events, and we have no news. And
A couple new gun things.
What was that, Stacey? Jerry shoots in 2 days. You should show up. We're here.
Are they taking walk-ons? They're taking walk-ons, right?
Walk-ons. Yeah, they're taking walk-ons. So if you didn't bother to register, you could just walk on and get it for almost half price.
But you don't get something. There's
You
something
don't get a gift bag, and you don't get my respect,
Mm,
which no one really wants. But that's not
worthless, really.
really. It
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Because
25 bucks.
Gallon hasn't registered yet.
Of course not. Gallon just thinks he can show up wherever he wants to. Like Gallon's literally going to look at Philip and go, "Don't you know who I am?"
Be in the parking lot for an extra $20. I'm going to give the unrated tour.
Oh, the unmentionable tour. We went on a tour of a mine a while ago. It was called the Unmentionable Tour. Yeah, they should mention it for a reason because it sucks. It's the worst tour ever. Anyway, yeah. So upcoming events, charity shoot. It's not too late. And listen, it's also not too late for this. And this is actually really important. If you can't make it, but you want to support the charity, you can still buy a ticket online, and the money will make it to the charity. You don't need to be here to participate. You won't be able to take part in an auction or the prize table, but your money will still go to the charity, and that's what this is all about. Let's remember, this entire weekend is to raise money for charity.
Trevor?
Yes.
Do you know what the charity is?
Yeah, but why don't you tell them?
Because I don't know what it is.
Oh, really? No, it's like a women's shelter.
It is a woman's
Big
shelter, but I don't know.
Country Anti-Violence Association.
Okay, sure. I do know that
UCAVA, I think, was what it was.
I do know it's a women's shelter.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I just picture this place with a lot of guys wearing wife beaters in the parking lot. Because when you say big country, I just picture, good old boys with ripped jeans and wife beaters.
Just waiting for their
This is gonna be an email,
battered
isn't it?
spouses coming out of it.
Stop.
You
Cutting it.
you started it.
I know.
You started it.
because it's going nowhere good fast.
All right.
See,
I can talk about new gun stuff.
Let's please. But yeah, donate to the charity shoot even if you can't be here.
There we go.
Yeah.
Kelly?
No, it's just saying that Brent, he wanted to know what the charity was.
Oh.
So,
You
Yeah.
have that open? Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, new gun stuff.
Yes. Well,
The,
should we tell them how to donate?
Oh, yes.
Go to eventbrite.com and search
Search for the podcast charity shoot.
Yeah, 9th
it's
annual
actually
podcast
easier
charity
if
shoot.
you go to Facebook and go for the 9th annual
Is it?
Podcasters Charity Shoot. The link is there on there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, whichever.
It's easier because
Yeah.
Eventbrite is not.
You
I
could-
found it easier on Eventbrite.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the page is buried with posts, right?
Yeah.
So then dig through a thread, go to Eventbrite. Or you can send a direct message through Facebook to Jason Philp, the guy who's held this thing together and made it a reality. And he'll tell you, he'll be happy to take your money, and he'll be happy to get how he'll take your money and sell you $5 drinks.
And just to let you know that this year the podcast that's hosting the event is the CCFR podcast.
Yep.
Oh,
CCFR radio. Yeah.
Okay, so new gun stuff. Adriel, take it away.
I didn't know this. So Delask was making these proprietary 1022s, these upper receivers
Yep.
that ran some other mag, and it was their own proprietary mag.
Oh.
They just got those mags out of the factory, so they should be in Canada shortly.
Yep.
We've been talking about this. I feel like it's been about a year,
Yep.
and they're just shipping out now.
Really?
Yeah.
This is not the last 1022 receiver that they make for like $300 some bucks that has an integrated rail on the top, is it?
It is,
Oh,
but
it is.
now it
And
takes its own mag.
Meg.
I got you. So almost like a Gen 2 sort of.
Well, it's to get around the 1022 mag
Yeah.
limits, but I think it takes a 1022 mag or its proprietary mag, but its proprietary mag won't go in a 1022.
I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but really, the other guys got it right when
The
they
597?
It's
Yeah.
100% 1022, except it takes 597 meg. Use somebody else's mag. Gun manufacturers do this all the time. Why?
Look at pistol carbines.
Right. Everybody, whatever you do, build a tick Glock mag because everybody's got a Glock or 3. So yeah.
Yeah. The next one is TNW 1919s. There's a couple that are coming in country, and I got to use two hands to grab this.
Just hold on a second. Luke Goodan wants to know if he can EMT to Slamfire. No.
No. Remember the part where she said CCFR radio is hosting, and I said contact Philp?
Although you can send us money if you want.
Yes, actually, Luke, we'd be happy to spend your money on liquor. Oh, look at this. Maccabee Defense has something like this, but it shoots 22. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I can't believe I forgot that.
They have.
You went to the Maccabee.
I went to tour Maccabee Defense.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, hello.
McFly, is this thing on? Yeah. So let's do that in shoutouts. Carry on.
All right. This is Northern Elite Firearms. They have the TNW 1919 belt bed semi-auto. They're $12,000, but they come with 4 cloth belts, a 30-06 barrel, a 308 barrel, and a tripod.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What? It comes with what?
Stuff.
Comes with 4 cloth belts.
2 barrels and a tripod.
So you can get, slow.
It's
What?
a 1919. It's a semi-auto.
It's a
Is it-
semi-auto 1919.
Is it brand new construction?
Well, TNW, I believe those are new. Yeah.
So
But it comes
someone
with the
is
cloth
manufacturing
belts.
a 1919. Just because it's a cloth belt, though, is its belt like the one that makes it legal?
Maybe.
Holy shit! Well, there can't be much of any of those cloth belts left in the wild. Like,
I saw a picture recently where Brad got 5 new ones. It looked like, but to make it legal, it has to be the vintage
Yeah.
ones.
So what we're talking about, guys, the 1919 belt-fed machine gun. It basically looks like a Modus. It's a machine gun that sits on a tripod, and it's belt-fed. And if you have one of these, or a vintage machine gun that's been converted to semi-auto and is approved by the RCMP and all that good stuff, there's an exemption, to the magazine capacity. If it has an original belt, then there's no 5-round limit. You can put as many as you want in the belt.
Yeah, because it's the original to the
For that firearm.
for that firearm.
Yeah, so this comes with 4 cloth belts, but I'd like to know if they're original belts. I mean, they sell 100 of these. That means they've got that many cloth belts that are original to give away.
Maybe, yeah.
I might be wrong, but I believe the belts just have to be a pre-45, 1945 design. They don't have to be original. I might be wrong. I don't own one of these. I'm not an expert, but I believe it has to be a pre-45 design.
No, I think
belt.
you're wrong. Because we would just take that design and make 1 million belts, and everybody would have one of these. I think it has to be an original belt.
Everybody would have one of these if it didn't cost $12,000.
Wait a second. This is $12,000? Why are we even talking about it?
It's very nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what?
I won't own one.
I would.
Well, I think I would sell mine and go buy a car or something.
dude, $12,000, 2 barrels, 4 cloth belts. Okay, $12,000 is an IPSC open pistol, like top
Mhm.
SVI, right? It's whatever. I know this is lawyer doctor money, but
Maybe if it was in 22 and it had a belt that big, then you could go shoot gophers with it and really lay waste.
is this non-restricted? Then we can shoot gophers with it. What are you talking about?
This is non-restricted. Yes.
Yeah, so we can shoot
It's
gophers.
30-06 and 308 though. You're not going to
Reload.
shoot gophers
I
with
reload
those.
that on my Dylan. No one can hear you right now.
We had this at the charity shoot in Brockville. We had 2 of them set up on the line.
But
Well, why aren't you telling us about it?
those were the ones. Yeah, but
What do you want to know?
that was Ryan from SFRC, and his were original.
Do they have like big old belts on them?
Yeah, because they were original.
Yeah, he was. Oh man, watching him load those belts with that machine was awesome.
I got an idea. Let's Chippendale until we can pull our money and buy one. There's thunder and lightning.
You're not allowed to talk
I'm
anymore.
definitely thunder, as in the thighs. Like people, I don't. Hey, pay me to take it off or pay me to keep it on. Chances are I'll be paid to keep it on. I don't care as long as I get paid. You know what I'm saying?
I seen you on the scale today.
Yeah, I lost 6 pounds. Shut your filthy pirate hooker mouth.
What dinosaur is Trevor?
I'm not a dinosaur. I'm a sheep.
He's a ram.
A ram. All
Yeah,
right,
I'm
there
a
we
ram.
go. Awesome.
Someone's gonna get rammed later.
Kelly, I want a new room.
That curtain will not keep you safe.
There's a privacy curtain between their beds.
Privacy curtain. They should call it a molestation curtain or anti-molestation.
Uh,
All right. Anything else for new guns, Adriel?
No, that's it.
All right. So the main topic.
Don't look at that. That's not going to help you.
That's not
When no
gonna
one's
help me.
updated these
So
notes.
the main topic is the charity shoot. We really should have picked the main topic before we went live.
well,
we're all in Drumheller.
Heller.
Why does anyone
We're all in
even
one
listen?
spot.
It took us forever and 2 days to all get here. We've been busy.
Had to set up this whack-a-mole crazy soundboard thing.
I don't think the main topic should be our problems.
So why don't we talk about the charity shoot?
Yeah, absolutely. So I literally know.
I know
nothing
that
about
we've
it.
had people on to tell them about the upcoming events and different things about that. But why don't we talk about why we started the charity shoot? What was
You
going
want the history?
Well,
Yeah.
why we're doing
I've got it
it?
in my
Maybe
phone.
what we're doing next year. Maybe
We're not even through
Why?
this one already.
I
Going,
know.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Well, let's talk about the history and then
all right,
up to
let's
this
start
one.
with
We
the
can talk
history.
about next year's.
All right.
it's a good
so,
thing we decided what we're going to do beforehand.
Yeah, well, just now, man, we decided that we're going to discuss the history of the Canadian Podcast Network charity shoot. So,
How many have you been at, Gallon?
Probably about 4, maybe 5. I went to
Here
the
we
one in
go.
It's
Ontario.
more than me.
I've
look at
been
that,
to-
man.
I think I've been to all of them
there
in
we
New
go.
Brunswick, and I've been to one in Brockville, Ontario, and then down.
I think this is the first one that Matthew has not been at.
You're right. This is the first one Matthew has missed.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna grab a microphone.
the
Yeah.
the Canadian Podcast.
Yours.
Well, let me start with this. It wasn't always called the Canadian Podcast Network charity shoot. It only became that when other shows came on board when Matthew and I left Canadian Reload Radio.
Right.
But before that, it was the Canadian Reload Radio podcast charity shoot, and it started in 2011 in Ontario, and that was when it was Andrew Craig. I don't know if Matthew was a full-time host yet or not, but he drove up with Jewel to Ontario for that. I think they stayed at Andrew's Craig, him and Jewel. Christopher Anderson was involved. It was an incredibly intimate affair with, I think, all of 11 people and a grand total of $200 raised.
But it was a good time.
It was the beginning of something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And so 2011, Canadian Reload Radio in Ontario, Wounded Warriors, $200, Andrew Craig, Chris Anderson, and that Mike Dixon. Somebody was asking who that other host was today on our Facebook chat. The gentleman from BC's name. And $200. The following year, we brought it to Restigouche, and it was also Canadian Reload Radio. At that time, I was a host. This was in 2012, and at that time, the charity was Farmers and Hunters Feeding the Hungry, the New Brunswick chapter, and we raised a grand total of $500. Then in 2013, again, Canadian Reload Radio. It was held in Galt. That was Andrew Craig's home club, I believe, at the time. It was Kitchener and Waterloo. Kitchener and Waterloo what? Food Bank? Yeah, it was Kitchener and Waterloo Food Bank, and $1,200 was raised at that time. The following year, Canadian Reload Radio was no more. Slamfire Radio was a thing, and we brought it back to Restigouche, and it was supposed to be the Laurentides Autism Foundation. Now, I say supposed to be.
Yeah.
At that time, the Radio Velocité Quebec,
Right.
or was that the second one? What was the first pro-gun French podcast out of Quebec that Mario and Jazz did?
Yeah, it was Radio Velocité.
Okay, because there was another one that
Jazz started after. Right.
And I thought that was the name of his show. Anyway, the point of this story is that one of the hosts, Mario, has a daughter who is autistic and benefits from the services provided by the Laurentides Autism Foundation. So they wouldn't return our calls. They wanted nothing to do with us. So we didn't donate the money to anyone. We put it in an account, and we rolled it into next year's charity. We were in Restigouche 2 years in a row, 2014 and 2015. In 2015, it was hosted by Slamfire Radio again.
Yeah, that was the first time that I went to, and Stacy was there as well, and we had Sticks from down in the Armed Squirrels.
Yeah.
You gotta get the bacon.
Yes, you do. Sticks and Edith came, that's right. Wow, 2015 already. Tracy Wilson was there for that. 10X was there. We were eating lobster and salmon on the back deck.
You betcha.
Steve Lee was...
No, he was there the year before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that year, we rolled it into the Dalhousie Nursing Home Foundation. The town of Dalhousie, club president at the time, Chris Kingston, was the president of the Dalhousie Nursing Home Foundation. And they were raising money to build a new nursing home in 14 and 15 and gave them a total of $2,700. Then in 2016...
Okay, so that was the total that was
2
from the year
years.
before
Yeah.
and that year. Okay, yeah.
So in 2016, New Shooter Canada came on board and hosted, and you and Kevin did a fantastic job. Helped with the other hosts as well, but you and Kevin were rock solid in pulling that one off to the bang-up job. And at that time, it was Soldier On. And tell us what Soldier On does, because I know someone who benefited from them. But
Right. So Soldier On is basically, it's a company, a corporation that was founded to help soldiers in need. So they get them back into life through sports, providing different things for them. So it could be if they need a sled to go and do sledge hockey, they would provide that for them. Archery equipment, anything like that. Just getting them any support that they need, whether it's the equipment or it's also support with counseling or anything like that too. So, yeah.
And by the time all the donations were said and done, there was money that came in still a little bit after the fact. Same as last year, we held up a check with one amount on it, and then more money came in.
Yep.
So that was $7,200 by the time all the money was given to Soldier On. So that was still to this day is the biggest one. The following year, the Boys of Canadian Patriot podcast did it in 2017. They did it in Guelph.
It was fantastic.
It was fantastic. It was one of the best run events we've ever had as far as squatting, scheduling, flow. Everything was awesome. Prize table.
Yeah, it was a great prize table. I didn't win anything.
Sponsors were...
Adriel, did you win stuff?
I always win something.
I know you did.
I won.
Oh, you won a shotgun.
Big, yeah. I won the 50. I won the plate rack. So the plate rack was, I forget how much it was per run, but basically they recorded your time, and the person with the fastest time won half the pot. So it was a table start, unloaded table start. So you pick up your pistol, load it, and shoot 5 plates at 15 meters, and I did it in like low 4s.
So, but how many tries did you take at it?
I spent some money. It was for charity, mind your business. That's how much I spent. I spent a grand total of mind your business, and I won. And then I donated all the money to the fine folks at Many to One. Many to One is also a organization that works with soldiers with PTSD primarily. Like they're working with
it's anybody who's first responders.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they just recently announced that they're not going to. That they're
not a thing. They're folding.
They're folding.
Many to One is folding.
Yeah.
If I'd known that, I would have kept my half of mine. Too soon?
But yes, too soon. But they helped a tremendous amount of people. It wasn't just soldiers that they were helping. It was people who are police officers, anybody who's. Yeah. So they were linked. What they were doing is actually linking people up to any resources in the community with PTSD. A lot of people just don't know where to get that information, so that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah.
And I don't believe in karma or energy or spirits or souls or heaven or anything.
Yes, you do.
Pretty much believe in bacon.
Magnets.
And magnets. Yeah, magnets are science there, right? Actually, but anyway. But I say I don't believe in karma, but literally the second I handed all of the money over to the charity,
you want a shotgun?
I want a shotgun.
Yep.
Like the very next thing that happened was Trevor winning a shotgun, which I still have. It's a Cincinnati 870 clone. And it's been
it was S&J.
Yeah, they did a great
S&J
job
hardware.
on it. Yeah, still have it. And the money there I've got written here is $5,775. And then 2018, we're back in Restigouche, and it was Slam Fire again. And this time the charity was the Dalhousie Regional High School Breakfast Program, and we raised $7,000. In that event, we had 3 different things. We did a quick and dirty steel challenge. And then we tried to simultaneously run shotgun and silhouette. I say try because it didn't go well. There was way too much waiting for my liking. I'm sure when people are a year later, what they remember is not the waiting. I hope, but I'm sure for some people, what they remember was the waiting.
I don't remember. I don't remember the waiting too much.
I mean,
there was a wait time at a couple of different stages, but like at the same time, how do you time when they go through completely different kinds of shooting, like from trap? That was trap, right? From trap to silhouette to all this other stuff, steel challenge. Yeah, that's hard to try to figure out the timing between different stages and how much a squad's going to take.
A couple of things. I think one, way more people shot steel challenge than I was anticipating.
Because it was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. 2, you can only have 5 people shoot trap at a time. And the silhouette, I think we only had 5 people shooting at a time. So, and something I wanted to do, I wanted to replicate that steel plate challenge thing so that people could, while they were waiting, still shoot, no downtime. You could always shoot. Like years ago, the first 2 times we did it in Restigouche, in the afternoon, we started, I can't remember if we started in the morning on the rifle range, or the first year we started in the morning on the rifle range, and then the next time we ended on the rifle range. And what was really cool about that was it was not organized. It was, hey guys, here's a rifle range. There's some zombie targets. Shoot to your heart's content. And people were just up and down the line, chatting and making friends and trying each other's guns.
That was the first shoot that I was at, and I really, really enjoyed that. But I think it was also, we started it at about 3:00 when it was just almost like the fun shoot.
Mm-hmm.
The last one at Restigouche, we were still shooting up until
the
6.
Events.
The events up until 6 and 7 o'clock at night.
And I think we had more people, which also was
we did.
Mm-hmm.
And we also made more money, though. 7,000 versus the 2,000.
Yeah. But I think next year I would forego one of the events. So instead of the silhouette, what I would do is have a range officer there with 2 plate racks and just planking. But if you want to plank and have your time recorded, we'll do the same 50-50 thing that they did in Guelph, because it was just it worked so well. It gave people a place when they got tired of waiting for something. It gave them a place to go shoot. They paid, but it's for charity and they could win money. Like, it was awesome. So I might just turn the 22 bay into an all-day steel. You don't have to go reset.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
Yep.
Stand up to the line, knock the steel about, pull the rope, reset the steel, and that'll just be going all day live.
Well,
right?
I mean, we have to bring out a lot of guns to these things because they're multidisciplinary events. So it's kind of cool when we've got one that can take as much time. So if you didn't bring an extra shotgun for trap and you don't really feel it, or if you shoot trap all the time and you're like, I don't want to shoot it for a charity, you can spend a little bit more time shooting something that you haven't shot a lot of.
What I saw last time was about half the people wanted to shoot the trap. So other people, they could go and do that. But I also saw that the trap took quite it was a considerable amount of time.
I think you're not wrong, but I'm
Say it again.
You're not wrong, but I didn't say you were right. What I think was really time consuming with the silhouette was you got to shoot the rams, the turkeys, the pigs, and the chickens. So 5 people shoot. There are 5 animals. Go down, reset. Come back, shoot 5 more animals. Go down, reset. Go down. Very time consuming. We're scrapping that one. We're going to keep that stage or that bay. We're going to fill it with steel that doesn't need to be reset. We're going to plunk a range off through there, and we're just going to let people at their leisure shoot there all day long as much as they want. We'll do the steel challenge in the back again. We'll put the trap out. Okay, are you shooting trap? Yes or no? Right? And when the last person has shot their round of trap, we shut that down and we go back to the rifle range and we open it up again so that people can shoot rifle up to 200 meters and just have fun with that.
In case the listeners don't know, apparently we're going back to restoration next year.
Right. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. I thought we had mentioned it on another show, but maybe not. So yeah, officially the 10th annual Canadian Podcast Network charity shoot back in Restoration.
So if it's the 10th annual, it means we have to do something really, really big. Does that mean you're buying me diamonds?
No.
You can do the bear spray challenge.
Okay. They're spraying me or I'm spraying you?
No, we're spraying you. I've had my turn.
Raise money too. How much did you raise at that?
Okay,
$300
$200 cash.
$200 cash
Do
right
you know
there.
how much of that $200 was mine? Half.
Are you serious? You're
What is
sadistic.
wrong with you? We're friends. You spent $100 to shoot me in the face with bear
Yeah,
spray?
and I didn't. I landed.
I landed, and he loved it. So funny story. We're trying to bump up the numbers. And Jamie Elliott, president of CCFR, is like, everybody in here's got some cash in their pocket. We just need to figure out a way to separate them from it. So
apparently, you figured a great way to separate it from Kelly.
yeah. So you brought up the bear spray. It was your
what
idea.
had happened was he didn't show up for the event. Remember? He backed up.
It was punishment for bailing on the Ferlacci class.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I had spray.
And said, figure it out. And then Jamie figured out how we were going to take the money away using the bear spray. And Alain sprayed you, man. And the can was empty and he was still squeezing. Like, I thought he was going to wring it out like a dishcloth. Like,
Group effort.
My favorite part of that story, though, is McClatchy walks him upstairs. He's got a garbage bag on, right? To keep it off of his clothing and skin and stuff.
Didn't really work.
Didn't work.
Didn't what? You took it in the face. So, of course.
I was thinking cross-contamination of my shower fluffers.
Right. And your shower fluffer contaminated himself. So McClatchy is guiding him through the house, up the stairs, by the shoulders, holding onto the garbage bag, which just got sprayed with bear spray. And then what doesn't McClatchy do? He doesn't wash his hands. And then what does he take out every night before bed?
Contacts.
Yeah. Yeah, he was still sore next morning.
Oh, boy.
That's not what I was thinking you were going to say.
Well, that's what he takes out. Contacts, you sick pervert. So that is a little bit of the background, where we started, or where we're at, where we're going next year. Next year's charity is yet to be announced.
Start thinking about it. Let's start thinking maybe something that we can.
Yeah.
We want to keep it local.
Yeah.
Something that doesn't really get a lot of funding.
Yeah. Well, we tried that. Yeah, we tried that last year and with the breakfast program because again somebody didn't want to make calls and.
I think that is a fantastic program, though.
Oh yeah, in that community, they rely heavily upon programs like that, for kids and stuff. So
yep.
There was something else I was going to add about the charity shoot, the steel challenge, and then the plate rack, and then the trap, and then the open rifle range. Well, of course, we'll do smoke on the water again. We had a beer sponsor last year. We gave out free beer at the end of the day. That was amazing. From
that was great.
Yeah, Savoy's Brew House. So shout out to them.
Very welcome after a day on the range.
Yeah.
And if we end with the rifle shoot, right, we'll do the trophies first. And then if you want to leave. If you want to stay and plink on the rifle range for another hour, great. Until you start cutting into my drinking time, and then I'm shutting it down.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do me a favor, though?
Absolutely. For you, anything.
Oh, thanks. With smoke on the water.
Yes.
Just put a plate aside for me, please.
Did you not get any?
Not really, no.
Really?
No.
I'll make sure that you get served first.
Thank you.
They are actually, I ordered a full pork belly last week and had them smoke it. It's waiting for me when I get home.
Not anymore. Somebody's going to be
No.
It's just on your porch, just sitting there.
I will burn the place to the ground. I don't follow those instructions.
All right. So next year is going to be 10th annual, so it has to be bigger. If anybody is interested in sponsoring the event, prizes, donations, whatever.
Oh, that's you. That's you did a bang up job last time. That's your only role. in
Adriel,
this.
save
Don't
me.
look at me. No way.
Save me.
I will handle registration. I will handle promotion.
We'll do it through practice score.
I don't think we will.
Okay, never mind.
Why not?
Why?
Because it's easier.
Scoring?
Scoring.
What kind of scoring are you going
What's
to do?
Scoring.
Well, what's
Still challenge me in practice score, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
listen,
pre-registration, prepayment, hands off?
Listen,
yeah, and then the club can write a check.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
it's
Yeah.
simple. Anybody who's listening to, you want to do a donation, contact Slamper Radio. I'll contact you. And that being said, we have to start now for planning.
Yep. Yeah, the price table and the sponsors, yeah, 100%.
10th annual, it's going to be bigger, better.
Yep.
Stacy's going to help me out with that, right, Stacy?
The Sticks is coming back.
She's a podcaster too, so she can
Yeah,
help.
she's a podcaster.
Yeah. Podcast mom.
She's waving at us with the middle finger there. She's giving us a high
Yeah,
five.
that's a high. It's number one. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else for that?
No.
All right. You want to grab the Facebook or the YouTube listener feedback?
Just wanted to say hi to Patrick. Patrick is somebody who is a field officer for the CCFR. He lives in Kingston, but he's also in the military. He's listening right now from Senegal. Just wanted to say hi to him.
Damn, and thank you for your service, Patrick.
Brent, he said, check out the new Connect operator as well. When you were talking about the Benelli.
That's their version of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
and-
would say that because he's sponsored by them.
Yes, he is.
La-di-da.
Well, you know what? If you're sponsored by
Hey,
them,
Brant, you want to put one of those on the prize table for the 10th annual charity shoot? We really appreciate it. You're connected. You can do it for us.
actually,
knows
I'll just
people.
ask Phil.
Make Brant feel important.
Okay, Brant, why don't you ask Phil, please? Get back to me. Here, just 1 second.
Say, Kelly sent me.
Well, why do I need this
I
microphone?
don't understand. Okay, so put it by her mouth.
Okay, yeah,
There
I'll
you
do.
go.
Okay.
Should I do the fight thing where I put it under her arm too?
And that's about it, actually.
That's it? Nothing
I
else?
feel useless now.
We covered it as we went.
Did Luke send us an EMT yet?
I am not into the emails, so I don't think so. But if you want to
You're
send
not
us,
supposed to.
I checked the
You're
emails.
supposed to be in the YouTube feedback.
I know you said. Did he send us any email?
Oh, you haven't for the EMT. I apologize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Luke, summary.
Yeah, we need sponsored drinks.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luke Godden.
Yeah. Okay. What's next then? Our regular feedback.
Listener feedback. Yeah.
Listener feedback sponsored by Armory DC Gunsmith. Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearm refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, and Cerakote and rust blowing finishes, as well as wood refinishing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms, accessories, optics, and more at www.dcgunsmith.ca. Follow Armory DC Gunsmith on Facebook at facebook.com/Armory DC Gunsmith and the Instagram at instagram.com/Armory DC Gunsmith. Our first email comes to us from John P. One
Jordan.
other thing.
Jordan P.
That does say Jordan. Thank you. You're like live editing. Edit as you go. Where were you when I needed you in university? You were probably in high school. One other thing. Is anyone planning a pub night before the cherry shoot? Why, yes, we are. It's tomorrow night. I can't make the shoot, but would like to meet up with people beforehand for a beer. All right. We'd like to tell Jordan and everyone
I can
else.
because I actually arranged it.
All right. Do that.
So, Last Chance Saloon at 7:00. That's going to be in.
It sounds so desperate, right? This is your last chance for love. You're either going home with her or you're going home alone. Last Chance Saloon. Like I'm going to be watching that crowd at 2:00 to
Do you
see who
remember-
takes their last chance.
I'm going to be in my prime at this point.
You will be gone by 8. You never hold out till 2.
Okay.
You've been swiping right all night and playing on your phone.
So, in Drumheller, it's just outside Drumheller. It's the Last Chance Saloon. So come and join us. We have the place pretty much rented out, I guess, or reserved for us.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently, it is this.
They do that here?
Yeah.
It's a biker bar, I bet.
It's really cool. Even the guy that we're doing the Airbnb from says you need to go to this place.
Oh, well, he's a decent chap. So,
Yeah. So we're going to be there.
did he recommend the Coal Museum?
Let's just move on from that one.
Boo, cold music.
He actually took out a notepad and took notes. He's like, really? You thought it sucked? Like, well, I'll give them some constructive
He used
criticism.
to work there.
Yeah.
Okay. Want to move on to the review?
Right. We actually have a podcast review. I'm not sure what platform, but it doesn't matter.
It's YouTube. Or sorry, not YouTube,
wait.
iTunes.
Was this from last week or is this from this week? Is this new?
I didn't put it in there. Did you put it in there?
It's not new then.
It was from.
The only podcast
from
I
last
actively
week.
listen to?
No, it's
Never
from last
mind.
week.
We don't. All right. So, shout outs. My shout out goes to Wyatt and his lovely wife, Shana. Oh, he's probably listening too.
Hi, Wyatt. Hi, Shana.
Hi, Shana. Yeah, man. The folks at Maccabee Defense, amazing. They invited me over to check out their facility over there where they manufacture the wire. And it's a really cool operation. And I actually got to build a gun. I built a gun while I was there.
Did you get to keep it? Did they pay you?
Should I have gotten paid or should I have gotten the gun I built?
Yeah, I think so.
You should have bought the gun you
I'm
built.
doing it wrong. But I did,
Are they allowing public to go and do it, or just you?
I think you got to be like a celebrity. Really, so you're probably
Who are
getting
you?
A C-list celebrity at the least.
It's so funny.
See?
He
That's really giving him a high ranking.
It's very generous.
C stands for capable. Shut up. So I'm in there, and he's like, he must have thanked me like 6 times. I'm like, no, dude, I thank you. You let me come to your work, and you let me watch you work and talk to me for an hour and show me some cool stuff. And at one time, I think he was joking. He said, I can't believe somebody can slam fire in my shop. Yeah, no, it was really cool. And I got a couple of spoilers. I took some pictures and some stuff.
You're not allowed to tell us, though.
No, I'm going to post a picture. I have permission to post this picture, and the sharp among you will notice something that's up with that picture and perhaps comment on it.
So, Adriel?
And then I saw something there that I can't speak about. I couldn't take pictures of.
Was this the 22 machine gun?
No, of course, that's a product they've had for a while. That was there, but
You took pictures of it, but you can't speak about it?
No. I didn't know.
What?
You just got really confused hard.
He's allowed to post a picture.
Oh, man. Let me start over. Okay. He asked me about the 22 thing they have.
I was looking
That's
at
an
you.
existing product. So, no, that's not what it is.
Okay.
I took a picture of one thing.
Yes, you're allowed to
that
post.
I'm allowed to post.
Okay.
That maybe some people will notice as a little something.
All right. And I said Adriel.
You said Adriel would notice. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the next thing I can't talk about, and I certainly was not allowed to
So
take
why are you
pictures
talking
of,
about it?
because it's always cool to be able to say, I know something that you guys don't. That's why.
He will lord this over us.
I am one-upping
I know a lot of things
everyone
you don't
right
know.
now. That's, like math and spelling, but what else? Yeah, no, it's going to be very innovative and a cool thing that Maccabee will do.
Is it robot legs?
It's a crossbow under
Lieutenant Dan, you got
barrel.
robot legs.
Okay. Question for you.
Yes.
When is this supposed to be announced?
Oh, geez, we're like
Prototype in?
Mm.
it's prototyping right now.
FRT?
Oh, I know about something else too. Oh, I know something about that too. I don't think I can say. But
He knows everything, but he's not allowed to say. So what?
There's
You know
there's
what?
another really cool thing. There's 2 other cool things that I totally forgot that I do.
But you're not allowed to tell us about them.
I don't know, so I'm just going to assume I'm not and just let it go.
Okay,
Mm.
just let it go.
Isn't that a song? I had to sing once.
If everybody pulls $5 tomorrow night,
Oh, I will spill the beans. Give me 3 shots of gin and I'll tell you everything.
you're
And
my hero.
you'll sing the song.
The best
Yes.
part is every time somebody asks me, I'll bring them aside so nobody else can hear this. Come with me. And I'm going to give them one story. And the next guy gets a different story and a different story. By the time I'm done, like Maccabee will have U.S. contracts for full auto.
That can happen.
If enough people bring $10, they get lightning and thunder. at the end.
Who's lightning? Who's thunder?
This
I'm
is 2
thunder.
legs.
I'm lightning.
Oh, there you go.
Shake and bake. All right, that's it for my shout outs. Well, no, Jeff Reese. Jeff Reese, picked me up at the airport and drove me around for a while and stuff. And I'll be going back with him on Sunday. So to him
And what am I?
you are a co-host and kind of forced to deal with me. I sense the resentment, so that's okay. You don't need.
You don't need to sense it. It's active.
It's actually
Yeah, it's
active.
expressive.
You wear it right now. Like you had no wrinkles till you started podcasting, and oh, well, crows got feet, I guess.
The pot and the kettle black.
I didn't call her fat. I said she was old and had wrinkles by her eyes. I don't know why she resents me. All right, moving on. Adriel, shout outs.
Yeah, I met a couple of guys when I was at the range on the weekend, and they're all listeners. So that was kind of cool. Meet some more listeners out there.
We're sorry.
Yeah, we're very sorry. And then to Philp for not single-handedly, but mostly single-handedly putting together this thing tomorrow.
You did.
Or Saturday.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Mostly single-handedly is right. We wouldn't have a podcast charity shoot this year if it wasn't.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. I am just going to say thank you to everybody for listening tonight because I know that we threw this together. I don't really have any more shout outs. I guess. I don't know.
We're doing some live recording thing tomorrow too at
Tomorrow?
the event.
No.
Saturday. I'm going to keep saying tomorrow, but I really mean Saturday.
Yeah.
We're doing some live recording event
I
Saturday.
don't know. Phil's got a plan for us.
Yeah.
That we were not consulted on. Just found out about this afternoon.
No, he told me that we're going to record.
Funny or my way.
Okay. Not consulted on, but I just have all this gear for nothing.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Next time he
And,
shares a plan with you, maybe share it with the rest of us.
You're going to be there, right?
Yes.
You can talk, right?
Apparently.
Okay, we'll put some gin and
Yeah.
a microphone, and you're good.
I'm good. All right. I like this plan now. See, when Phil told me about it, Jim wasn't included.
It was the magic ingredient.
That's not true.
Yeah.
He actually bought some special because I told him I drink it. Like, he's the man. I bust his balls like
Premium
man,
drinks.
I'm
premium
trying
drinks.
actively to stroke him out. Like I've been sending him messages. Going, you are
As in,
stroke him out as in his head, like he has a bleed in his head, not the other thing.
that's a
Man.
difference.
That's yeah. Take it easy, Lightning. It's not time yet. Anyway, yeah, I've been giving him a hard time about everything because it's what I do.
Yeah.
But you're right. At the end of the day, we wouldn't be here without his work. So,
That is absolutely true. We're going to have a great time.
but that doesn't mean I'm not going to give him a hard time. I don't know how else to do things.
Well, I was just going to say that it's Trevor.
Right. He was so when this got more or less dumped on him and he was reaching out for help, I'm like, no, Jason, it's the fall, and I'm like totally maxed out and stressed out in the fall. And I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to people. I got SummerSlam. I got all this other stuff. No. He's like, well, can I call you? Yes, you can call me. But if you ask me one question about chair shoot, I'm literally hanging up on you. That's how much support he got from you.
But then he still got more from you.
More like
Consultation.
I don't think so.
No?
No. Just like your drinks are costing too much, your targets are too hard, you're doing too much. So that's the kind of consultation he got from me.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that consultation?
A little bit.
That's called criticism.
You sent an invoice for that.
I should invoice him for that. I'm a consultant, damn it.
Yes.
Don't you?
Professional.
Professional podcasting charity shoot consultant because I did it before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I've been giving him a hard time and not getting paid. What a racket.
Send an invoice.
I will.
I don't know. It's a bill.
Oh, I got lots of those. Can I send him my light bill?
Send him your cable bill.
There you go. Who's next?
Hey, we're not done with shout outs here.
Yeah,
You're
Jason,
not even on there. Calm
Jason.
down.
Yeah,
Ladies first.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
I were you not listening?
To you? No.
Yeah, I said
normal.
no. I just wanted to say, everybody, thank you for listening.
Oh, you were actually doing your shout outs. We were on you.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah,
Kelly, any shout outs?
I'm done.
Okay. Gallon.
why are you laughing so hard?
Because I'm picturing what it's going to be like when she drives that mic into my forehead.
All other stuff. I'd like to do a shout out to Greg May. I had a really good time with him and the dude a couple of weeks ago, probably a month now. And
Neat guy.
Coors Light and the human resources lady at work. I skipped out on the mandatory interviews to be here, so I want to do a shout out to all you guys too for getting me out
Oh
of that trap.
yeah, yeah.
We saved your job.
Yep.
If you are ever in a room with that lady from HR, you will be fired.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's literally a list of words that Gallon is and is not allowed to say at work. I'm not even making that up. Tell them.
Can I get that list?
She texted me and she's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm not participating in the process. You don't throw stones in the process."
Oh, see this? You get fired for that. You're better to be 3 provinces over.
If I get fired, I'm staying here. This is beautiful.
Oh yeah, you get to Alberta. No one wants.
Moving in with Adriel.
I don't think that's gonna.
I got a gun room. You're going to be staying there in a couple of days anyways.
Awesome.
Probably supposed to. I gotta go home.
Oh.
All right. So, if you want more of this riveting content, you can get it by paying for it. By
Optionally paying for it.
by becoming a Patreon. By going to patreon.com and supporting us. You search the show there, and you can sign up to be a Patreon for as little as $1 a month. You can get extra bonus content that hardly ever comes out on time. We will also late mail you picture stickers and patches.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Adriel's DNA, because he licks the envelope the old-fashioned way. So if you want in on some of that, head over to patreon.com and sign up to be a Patreon. So you go to patreon.com/slamfire radio.
I just had a listener say my mic's not on. Did you guys purposefully give me a dead mic?
Yes. Yeah, it's funnier this way.
What is going on?
You're not on the show. So remember silent television, silent movies? It's silent podcasting for you.
That's brutal.
Yes, he talks into the dead mic.
Talk louder into the dead mic.
Yeah, maybe it's a you problem.
Put it closer to your mouth.
Maybe.
Just don't
Not that close.
Okay.
No negative numbers.
get that out of your tonsils. All right. So,
We're closing the show.
I'm
it's,
trying. What
It's the awkward. We're there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another way you can support the show besides Patreon is visit. If you're going to shop at Cabela's, you're going to Cabela's anyway. Go to Cabela's through us, and we get paid. And of course, more important than ever, October is coming, and you know what they say: if the Liberals win a majority government, they're taking your guns and apparently going to pay you for them. Yeah, all right. Anyway, but we need to be in the fight more so than ever. So join one or more of Canadians pro-gun firearms organizations such as the Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights, who has their own podcast that's hosting this event. And make sure to go and check us out on Gun Owners of Canada. We have our own little home over there where Kelly posts the show link every week. To make sure that you're listening, just give it a like, something. Like,
Well, it's getting a lot of traction right now. Like
is it really?
Yeah,
Is somebody
like
calling me fat on there again?
nobody's
No?
calling you fat, but there's a
Not this
lot of
week.
clicks on the actual
Oh yeah, link.
downloads. Like we have like the last one with CPRS and Maple
Mhm.
Seed was 1,900,
Huh.
and we also had I think about 1,200 for go what?
Well, okay, so we're the
Can we-
number one program podcast in Canada. We're the number one live program podcast in Canada. We have does that mean we're also now the number one program podcast on Gun Owners of Canada?
Like we've been that for a while.
Yeah,
Because we're
Because
I think we're the only one.
I think we're the only one that's on there.
Number one.
We're number one. There's
Mhm.
one. Cool. And of course, get out there and like us on Facebook. We are at 2,148. And I guess that's all we got for now. I got to say to you guys, I love doing this format.
Yeah, me too.
It's way cooler to be sitting around the table with you guys than it is.
Okay, can we do that every week?
We need to up our Patreon so we can all move to Alberta. So Patreonies, new goal: move us all to Alberta. Even Gallon. Thunder can't go anywhere without lightning.
That's right. You
Can't
need
have-
me here.
You can't have one without the other.
Thunder.
We're a team.
Wait till you see my hammer later. You're gonna love it.
Rock
right.
you like a hurricane.
Rock you like a hurricane. Scorpion song. It's on you. All right, everybody.
That's a jam.
If you can't go to the charity shoot on Saturday, please contact Phil. Go to the webpage on Facebook or go to Eventbrite and donate some money so we can try and meet our goal of 10K.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Minimum. We'd like to surpass it, but listen, if we don't get 10K, Gallon has to stay in Alberta.
Yes.
That was all right. I screwed
That's
that up.
very enthusiastic.
If we get 10K, Kelly will go on a date with Gallon.
No.
Yes.
11K? What's it going to cost to let Gallon take you out on the town?
No.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at the charity
What's
shoot.
going to take Gallon to take you out?
It's free with Thunder and Lightning.
We're sharing a room.
Yeah,
True.
we've got a molestation curtain. Anti-molestation.
Yes. Anti.
Anti.
It's not to encourage it.
Stop.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.